a simple observer about the mathematics compiled by the FBI agency.
No, you're absolutely right, man. I was just put under the spot. I wasn't able to.
Ben Colin, I deserve an apology.
I apologize, dude. I really do.
All right. Thank you very much. Family, I got a tether to apologize earlier, and Colin. Goddamn, I'm on a roll. Now, go ahead and answer that question.
I mean, yeah, I really came in here not trying to be hostile. I promise. But,
okay, I appreciate that. But can you answer that, what I said, and then hear all the semantics afterwards? Can you go ahead and answer?
No, what you said is completely right, man. Like, the and like that, that's absolutely way more important. I don't know why it slipped my mind. That's absolutely way more important. Everything that you said is correct. Like, we have a lot of issues in the Caucasian community, like so many things that need to be.
You know what else slipped your mind, my friend?
What's
something called white supremacy?
Sure, yeah, we can talk about it for sure.
Not talk about it like the number one issues plaguing white supremacy overall. Am I correct or am I wrong for that?
No, I mean, yeah, you got a valid point for sure.
Okay.
So, Colin, and I want to wrap this up because hello, Tommy. Colin, I want to ask you one more time: how do we replace the system of white supremacy with the system of justice?
It's a good question. I think DEI is doing a good job of hopefully, trying to fix some of the wrongs. Obviously, we're not going to be able to fix all of the historical wrongs. We've done a lot of things wrong. I think DEI is a good start. I think that eliminating biases and racial stereotypes is a good thing as well. Eliminating that stuff. I think we're on a good track.
But didn't DEI benefit white women overall? Like, literally, it only benefited Black Americans by 4%. So why are you saying I think DEI is a good way to start? Wouldn't you be sitting here perpetuating white supremacy by doing that, my friend?
If I did that, I absolutely apologize. I did not mean to.
Colin, you've apologized enough. Okay, you're saying things and you're apologizing and you're coming back and you're just not adding up enough for us. So appreciate you. Have a good Memorial Day weekend. Much respect. I hope you get everything situated and worked out and come back with something when you have all your thoughts gathered and we don't have to educate you about your own community. Much respect. Okay, Tommy, you've been saying things in the chat. So go ahead. The floor is yours.
Why you so quiet now, man?
Y'all gotta forgive him. His phone sitting
on. Hear me?
We got to blow on it or something.
Yeah, I hear you.
I hear you now.
Yeah, this is me. Go ahead.
I'm trying to figure it out. The things I was saying in the chat was just simple. I don't like it I wouldn't appreciate it if they were doing that to y'all if y'all were trying to talk to them. I don't think when anybody tries to just be sarcastic and snarky with people, it's cute. You knew male meant white, so you were playing a game by trying to act like it didn't mean white. That's stupid.
No, first off, male is a particular action and a particular behavior, so you're wrong with that. And in terms of somebody being sarcastic, you don't feel that they've been sarcastic as they come here for trolls? And then third, why do you feel the need to cape for them and protect them so much? Do you got your coon cape on, brother? Do you got your coon cape? Do you believe you can fly? Is that what it is, family? Because I'm going to tell you can't. So it seems like you're running interference because you got more of an issue with us going against trolls who've been disrespecting us, opposed to the trolls who are actually doing anything and harming our community. So why do you have so much affection for the trolls who perpetuate anti-blackness opposed to us who are just defending ourselves as we have the right to do? That's my question to you.
First off, I don't think I've offended you or said anything wrong to
I didn't say that you offended me. I never said that you offended me. I said, why are you defending them? That's what I said. So you already got that wrong.
See, I understand it works for y'all just to be a-holes.
But it works. It works to directly quote you. Yeah, that's what you do in life. Somebody says something and then you repeat what they said. You're quoting them. So we never said that you offended us. You don't have the power to offend me. I'm wondering why you have so much affection and are defending the trolls who are coming in here with anti-blackness. It seems like when you have a door of anti-blackness versus black people in self-defense, you go through the anti-black door. And I'm only basing that off of your own demonstrations of behavior, Tommy.
By your own logic, there was nothing that said I was having so much affection. So if you didn't like hearing offended, then probably you shouldn't say so much affection and caping, and you wouldn't do.
No, by my own logic, you came in here defending everybody else, talking about what mayo really means. You said mayo means white. This is what you're talking about. You said, how can y'all say mayo and white ain't the same? So yes, by your own logic, you're defending them. Literally in the first sentence that you spoke, you started caping for white people verbatim by name. And now you're trying to tell everybody who just heard it 2 minutes ago you didn't do it. You're being falsified, Tommy. You're being falsified. Now, that may work with the people that you tap dance for, but that doesn't work over here on this side of the fence. Okay? So just admit that you're caping for them and you're trying to stop us from defending ourselves from anti-blackness, because it sounds like you want anti-blackness to continue. And I'm only, again, basing this off of your demonstrations of behavior that over 200 people have just heard right now. So you're not going to change history. If you want to change history, change 10, 3, 4, 5 years ago. Don't change 2 minutes ago, Tommy. Now go ahead.
Now, as you guys hear, he gets to talk and run long sentences, then mute me. He says things I didn't.
No, you said things that I didn't say, so I'm only correcting you. Now, if you don't want to be muted, make sure that you quote me directly the same way I quoted you directly. I quote you by what you said. You're making up quotes by somebody who didn't say that at all. So that's the only difference. And yes, everybody's hearing me, and I believe they all agree with me as well. Put up some 100s in here if y'all agree with me, because it's clear Tommy said that he wanted to defend them white folks, and he's mad at me because we're practicing self-defense against them. Now, without misquoting me, and getting mad when I directly quote you, again, what is your issues with what we've been saying? Because nobody mentioned Tommy at all. Tommy came in here defending white people. I want Tommy to answer that.
Dude is recording this, bro. Are you recording us, Tommy? Tommy, are you recording us?
Tommy, take off the wire.
Are you recording
Just
us?
like you're recording it. It says record on
That
the
coon in the Motel 6
I
tap dance party.
I want people to see how y'all act.
Okay, good. They can
Are you muting me? I let people see what you're doing.
And good. I want them to hear it so they can all see how disingenuous you've been, and they can see how much affection you have. This is documented. The cameras is rolling. We ain't got nothing to hide. We only here to ride. So, okay, he can record it. He's got his little agent thing on, red team go in his ear. That's all good. Go ahead, though, Tommy. You can speak. The floor is yours.
It gets irritating to keep on having to unmute myself just to speak, but yeah, y'all don't have to do that when y'all are talking.
No, because I'm the host. Of course, the host has privileges, brother, but go ahead.
No, I hear you. I hear you, but I don't talk through y'all. I don't just keep talking. A conversation does not need to be had where one gets carte blanche to speak.
This is not a conversation. This is dialogue. This is dialogue. So go ahead.
It's not dialogue when you keep muting me.
It's what I said it was. So go ahead. And I'm not muting you and you're wasting time. So go ahead. I'm not muting you now when you're getting upset.
It's the first time you haven't, as I've
Okay, good. Well, enjoy the first time and ride with the first time, Tommy. So go ahead. So enjoy it.
Everybody heard what I said. I didn't say anything about I'm defending white people. I said I don't like it when anyone does it. I don't like it when they do it. When they have a black person over and they try to make monkey noises or act stupid with the white person, it ain't funny either. It doesn't make sense. Nobody ever gets to hear the other person when all they do is bring a person up to clown, mute, and then mischaracterize what they said. Maybe they would have an actual conversation if they heard each other out. Right, wrong, or indifferent. That is exactly what I said before you claimed I was taking up for whites.
Okay, now, first off, everything you just said was wrong. Second off, everything you just said was wrong. I don't see you in these spaces with these white supremacists all day long who disrespect foundational black Americans or just black people in general. How come you don't go to their space?
I've been in
okay, well, I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen a lot of things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I haven't seen you speak the truth either. So that's another thing. Now, I had to mute you because I allowed you to talk. You stopped, and then I continued, and then now you cut me off. So everybody wants you to see how he was getting upset with me cutting him off, but as soon as I allowed him to speak, then he cuts me off. So all of that again was falsified, but that's right up your alley now, ain't it there? We don't see you with the same type of energy and we are very energetic people. We don't see you with the same energy going in supremacist spaces. And by the way, the fact that you're trying to draw some fake correlation between what they do to us and what we do when we defend ourselves, that's another falsehood. If you want to go see a space where Black Americans are practicing some type of racism, it's few and far between, and we denounce those. Now, if you want to see white supremacy in action, you can see that from day till tomorrow, 24 hours. They always have them. And I don't see you in those spaces. I see you wasting energy and coming into our spaces so you can jump in front of the work that we're giving to all of these white supremacists. So your issue is really not with white supremacy, it's with people who fight against white supremacy. And then you said, your direct quote, well, you know, you never heard me say that I'm defending white people. No, you just put it in a sentence using other words. All right. So that's what you did. So you didn't come out and say, hey, I'm defending them. You just said, why are y'all being mean to them? Why y'all got to talk to them like that? We understand that. And I learned that in first grade. You don't actually have to use the term defend to be defending. The same way you haven't used affection, but you have a lot of affection for them. Everything about the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you act is clearly signs of somebody who has an affinity of affection for white supremacy. And it sounds like you want anti-Blackness to continue. You do not come across as somebody who wants to stop anti-Blackness. You come across as somebody who wants to continue it. And we all know that based upon your words and your actions. And now your words and your actions are not adding up. Go ahead.
I literally did not cut him off, and I did not come in here with any kind of energy. My voice has been the same, lastly. And since you can say that, then I would be able to say by the way that you're talking, the way you're acting, you're upset by what I've done or said or me, period. Because just like you can say I have affection, even though you don't say affection, and just like you can defend, even though you don't defend, I can go by what you're doing. Well, I can go by how you're acting, that you're upset with me. And I'm sorry, whatever I did to upset you. I don't know you. I just walked in, heard these conversations and thought, unless that white guy's a white supremacist, and maybe I missed that part. Because you just called him a white supremacist and said, it seems like I'm protecting the white supremacist. So tell me, what did he do to show he was a white supremacist? I missed it.
Well, what he did to show me that he was a white supremacist is that he regurgitated plenty of white supremacist talking points that we see all the time. See, unlike you, we are masters at identifying white supremacy because we fight it. Those people who fight white supremacy understand white supremacy. Those people like you, slow down. Again, as I speak, those people like you who show clear signs of white supremacists sympathizing, you may not understand their tactics. We do. We are clear with the way they behave, their talking points. We see them all the time. We see them all of our lives. So I question how old are you, brother? Go ahead, Tommy. How old are you? Put the wire down and tell me how old you are.
First off, you keep muting me. So when I'm talking,
you're not muted, brother. I did not hit mute. You're lying.
Everybody saw it. Y'all, he said he didn't mute me. It was red. Y'all saw it. I was up here talking.
I'm sitting here as a co-host.
How old are you, Tommy?
So no,
reflecting. How old are you?
Keep talking.
How old are you?
I got.
Damn, come on, answer the question.
How old are you, Tommy?
Same with my age. I don't like telling people I don't know my age.
Okay, fine, fair enough. So this family, somebody who don't want to tell their age and apparently is a grown man, apparently they got a lot of other things to hide. Let me tell you guys this, and this is something I'm going to teach you in the same process, Tommy. And for everybody that you're playing this to, because I know you're recording, let them hear this and let this be word to the wise. People who protect white supremacy are the ones who pretend they don't understand white supremacy. They have to do these type of tactics because they want to hide how they truly feel about their white mommy and zaddy. And that's exactly how you are acting right now, Tommy. Now, if you don't like being designated with this type of characteristic, then perhaps you shouldn't display it. So you say, what do you do or what have you done that makes us feel this way? It's the fact that you can't identify supremacy. And two, you said, what did the white supremacist come in here and do? He did the same thing that all of them do. If you've seen one white supremacist, you've seen them all. And every black man and woman in this space has been able to identify white supremacy since they were in grade school. We have a long time. Now, you may not want to give your age, but for all of us who are old enough, we've seen it since we were children. And I have a hard time believing that you've seen it that long and you still act like you can't get it. The last guy who spoke, who clearly displayed signs of white supremacy, this man put it clear for us to see, and you didn't see that, or did you see it and you don't want to admit it? That's my question to you.
Well, again, you get to make all of these comments about me, and I got to sit here and listen. If I did the same thing, you wouldn't sit here and listen. but it's fine.
Well, I'm
That's
the
the way
host. So I
this
got the opportunity as the host.
supposed to be.
I'm the host.
Yes,
You're
you
on my
get to
stage,
talk
so
crap
I can do that. Well, I'm not talking
you
crap.
get
See,
to-
that right there is the tactic of supremacy. That's the tactic of supremacy. You're trying to
Oh, never mind.
criminalize and vilify me. This is what you're trying to do. I thought you said I was getting frustrated and angry and upset. Sounds like you are right now. I'm actually smiling right now. I'm laughing. I got a couple people in my house right now. They're smiling too. So you're getting upset, brother. Why are you getting so upset at
Notice
someone who
the words I
is so
didn't
calm
use,
to
and
you?
he doesn't say that he misspoke.
Bro, first off, your
Me, and it's
phone is
okay.
breaking up. Your phone
He
is breaking
misquoted
up.
me, and it's
Okay.
okay. I never said he was.
That wiretap is going out. That Chinese wiretap.
Boy, I'm telling you right now, boy, that goddamn red team go, listening. Listen, this is how it is, Tommy, okay? Now he's dropping off everybody. He's running. He fleeing. He's flipping back to his
Don't run, Buck Dancer. Get back up here. Don't run, punk.
I want you to get your tether broadband together so we can have this conversation.
Let me say this,
There's
family.
literally questions I want to ask you, Tommy. Don't run,
Check
please.
this out, brothers and sisters. Check this out in the space, fam. Tommy know what it was. Tommy know he can't see nothing Black Alpha. He know what it is. And this go for Tommy and all the little Tommy listeners, okay? You came across the realest of the real, number one activist. Don't nobody want none of this Black Alpha smoke. I stand on 10 for this lineage, heritage, and culture. So, Tommy, let's be real. It says that you back now. I don't know if you are or not, but listen. The fact that you come in here getting upset and then try to say I'm upset, everybody can hear I'm far more calm than you. The fact that you're trying to say that wasn't white supremacy by the last speaker, everybody clearly heard it, and the ones before it. And we've been in this space for quite some time, and there's been a multitude of white supremacist speakers, and every single one of them had clear characteristics of it. And you've been saying for the last 5 hours that they weren't. Every supremacist who came in here regurgitating white supremacist talking points, you defended them and you pretended you didn't understand what they were saying, but you somehow got x-ray vision on what we doing. How can you have x-ray vision over here, but you're blind over here? And how come all of your affection always leans to the side of whiteness and always is against the side of blackness? That's my question to you, Tommy, and I believe I made them very clear.
Well, I have never been able to tell you what you always do because I don't know you. And I wasn't here for 5 hours. I was at Chop's Lobster Bar for the last 4.5 watching the basketball.
I have you on my chat the date 5 hours ago, brother. It's in the chat, the time stamped, bro.
Guys, have I been on here 5 hours? I will.
You haven't been on here 5 hours, but 5 hours ago you left a comment in the chat.
Been here for 5 hours is what you said.
No.
Again,
Okay, now you hear what I'm saying now. And I'm telling you that it's time stamped 5 hours ago.
He said, I've been here for 5 hours.
Okay, now y'all notice now. Y'all notice how Tommy does not want to acknowledge that it's time stamped.
I just told you where I was.
Talk over somebody because you don't want to answer a question in which you're clearly guilty of. You just lied to the people, Tommy. And the old boys ain't going to save you neither, okay? It's time stamped that you said these folks is lame. They say the same thing about white people, overs and overs again. That's time stamped 5 hours ago. Are you telling me that you didn't write it? Was it some type of mysterious Tommy, or was it really the real Tommy? Was it a counterfeit Tommy, or was it you? You got the authentic stamp on your page. Was it coming from this account or somewhere else? Because it is timestamped that you said this 5 hours ago. So for 5 hours with every supremacist who came in here, you're telling us that it wasn't you?
Again,
Why is it?
Hold on, everybody stay on. Everybody stay locked in. It's me and Tom.
Even when he stops, I can't talk. Even when he stops, I can't talk.
No, I'm telling everybody to stop so me and you can talk, brother. See, I'm over here doing you a solid. You don't even realize it. I guess the same way you don't realize supremacy when you see it, okay? You just ain't realizing nothing today, but I hope you realize this lesson. Go ahead.
Do that to an adult. Again, you have a person who underneath my comment said, where did you go? Because I started off 5 hours ago. I had clicked on and saw this. I jumped off right afterwards and somebody underneath me saw it. I then went to Chop's Lobster Bar here in Atlanta to watch the game. After the game, I came back. So I couldn't have been here for 5 hours.
Tommy, I didn't ask you what you had for lunch. I'm not interested.
You told me I was defending whites for 5 hours.
Well, what does that have to do with what you had for lunch, Tommy?
I cleared it up that I wasn't doing it. I couldn't have been doing it.
You cleared it up by simply saying, I didn't say that 5 hours ago. Now I went to lobster and shrimp, had some cocktail sauce, and I also had some chopsticks.
I said that plainly to him, and he kept on repeating himself.
Why do you keep saying him? Are you talking to your people right now? Him? You're talking to me.
I am, because they see what you're doing.
Yeah, they do. And so does everybody on my side. And my side is the real side. Okay, and I guarantee you, all my brothers and sisters right here in this space, they're strongest in the folks that you have.
Being childish thinks this is funny.
He's saying he's being honest, and he's talking about being childish. He wouldn't give me his age. And then he told me what he had for lunch. Family, did you hear when you ask somebody why they're so affectionate to white supremacy, their response is what they had for lunch. And you notice, family, that he's trying to make it look like I said he was in the space for 5 hours straight. Tommy, maybe you did go have you some chicken chow mein at the Chinese food restaurant. But 5 hours ago, you made a comment mad at my brothers and sisters who were running that supremacist out of this space because they were being very disrespectful. So don't make it look like everybody saying you were here for 5 hours straight. What we're saying is 5 hours ago, you were defending them the same way you're defending them now. Your tactics of subterfuge and deception are not working. I've seen all this before, Tommy. Okay, so again, without you mentioning, because I got to break it down to you, Tommy, because you want to tell me what you had for breakfast. I don't care about your cornflakes or your Fruit Loops, brother. When it comes down to you saying something 5 hours ago defending a white supremacist, whether you were in the space the whole time or not, did you or did you not defend white supremacists 5 hours ago who were in this space or who I say we believe was a white supremacist? Yes or no? Go ahead.
When I wrote that comment, I listened to people name called just like what you're doing to me. It didn't matter what the color was. I think this is childish. You keep doing it. I don't care who does it. I think it's childish. I think it's silly, but I can't stop you from liking it. There's a lot of things I don't like on TV. Don't mean that other people don't like it. Like how you just stood up there and said, no, y'all all didn't. That was what you said. You said I was here for 5 hours. No one else said this. It was just you.
Actually, my brother Church just came in and he said it as well, so I can actually account for somebody else said it. Go look at the timestamp right now, and then you can see that Tommy was in there. And by the way, again, noticing how Tommy here is trying to speak about defending the rights of humanity, and he's talking about morals and ethics. Notice that he has more energy about correcting our moral, ethical behavior opposed to the white supremacists who came in here earlier and truly, literally called us all the N-word. Did you miss that part, Tommy?
Yes, I would have if like I said, I wasn't here for 5 hours.
And you should not make broad blanket statements talking about what we've done wrong, because maybe what we were saying about these people is justified because they called us the N-word. So do you not want us to defend ourselves based upon someone calling the N-word? Because that's how it's coming across, brother. It sounds like you're running interference and you're providing a human shield for the supremacists. What any logical, intelligent person would do is that they would say, perhaps there were some supremacists who came in your space. Maybe they did call you the N-word, and that's why you guys were saying the things that you heard. So you're telling us that you said something 5 hours ago, went out to have you some Chinese food, watched the basketball game, came home, and then heard us again, but you missed everything in between. So you're making an unqualified statement because you didn't even see the context and where we were coming from. Tommy, I can't do all the teaching and all the reaching, but we in here preaching. So perhaps you need to apologize for all of my brothers and sisters who have been here and have heard the things that you openly said you missed. You're coming and trying to give us 100% of the situation when you only got 2% of the story.
So he overtalks you, talks for 10 minutes. Then he tells you to come back after he says 8 things. He keeps saying Chinese food after he told me what I ate wasn't important when I never said I ate Chinese food. But now he's going to keep
This man's still talking about what he had for lunch. God damn.
Still babbling, man. God damn.
Hey, Tommy, just address the situation. Forget everything else. Address the
How about you
situation.
ask him to stop saying 19 things?
Everybody is between me and Tommy. Everybody stay on their mic. Me and Tommy are talking. Everybody. I asked you said I asked you 8 questions. Okay, then that means you got 8 different opportunities to answer them, and you ain't gave me one.
I did answer one. You kept lying about what I ate.
Okay, cool. Then give me 2.
You should stop
Then
saying.
give me 2, okay? And focus on white supremacy, because that's the topic here. You're the one who brought in the lunch, brother.
No, I'm asking you, would that be fair? You told me to stop talking about what I ate, so you should stop it as well. Wouldn't that be fair?
I only brought up what you had for lunch because you were using that as a tactic to deflect off of white supremacy. So it quite frankly was only a side cast character in this movie called you defending white supremacy, brother. So yes, don't focus on the sidebar, focus on the main thing. Go ahead.
You told me earlier you cut me off whenever I misquote you, so I should be able to cut you off whenever you say what I ate when I didn't say I ate Chinese food. And you said maybe if you don't want to get cut off, maybe you'll stop misquoting people. These are your words.
I definitely said that. Here's the thing. Okay, now I'm saying rules. And here's the thing. I want y'all to notice how Tommy is more focused on who cut who off, because that's the tactic of somebody who doesn't want to answer the question in which I've presented to Tommy multitude of times, 10 to be exact. Tommy, why haven't you gave the people a reason why you have been so affectionate towards white supremacy and you're getting upset because we called out someone who used the N-word? The lunch thing, that's cool. That's cute. That lasted a nice little minute. And remember, I only brought that up because you brought that up. And I brought that up because you were trying to use that as an excuse. So in essence, I stripped that excuse away from you. But if you want to talk about what you have for lunch, fine, that's cool. Right now, I want people and all the good folks listening to notice how Tommy still hasn't answered the question about why he made a statement defending the white supremacists who called us the N-word. That's all we want to hear from you, Tommy. Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, if he wanted to have a real conversation with me, he wouldn't say 19 things, then say, let me ask you a question. He just asked me a question, just like I do him. Nobody tries to make insult
brother,
and then ask a question.
You're not answering them, Tommy. Tommy, answer the question.
The answer is simple. The answer is simple.
Okay.
When I heard what I heard, he did not call y'all a word. That's why you told me there were other people who did. He didn't. If someone didn't slap you and I saw you punch them, you can't tell me later, well, other people were punching us or slapping us. That's why I punched them. Well, I didn't see that. I didn't hear that guy when I made that comment, did not make one negative comment about blacks. He didn't say one thing, just like the last guy when I came up here. He did not say one racist thing. Y'all got that white boy to keep on apologizing 1,000 times, and he didn't say one thing out of line.
Then, Tommy, why did he apologize to me then? I want everybody to notice that Tommy just said, why did we make the white guy apologize when he said nothing wrong? Everybody listening, didn't the Colin guy apologize and admit that he said something wrong? I want y'all to see how Tommy just defended a guy and said he said nothing wrong when the person himself said he said something wrong. Y'all all heard it. Cameras was rolling. Tommy, you're defending a guy saying he said nothing wrong when he himself admitted that he did. This level of caping for supremacists is out of control. The man admitted it. He said, I'm sorry for what I said. You're correct. And I said, okay, move on. And you're now saying that he shouldn't have apologized. How can you say that the man shouldn't apologize when he felt that he should himself, Tommy? Now, I'm not even going to ask you a question because I understand the questions, they're difficult for you to answer and you can't sit still.
Again, what the white boy did was this. If you're talking to someone, and many of you men know what it's like, if you're talking to your mama or you're talking to your girl or maybe somebody who's trying to fight, when they keep making you say it's a problem and you're like, I didn't do that, just like he's doing to me. I didn't do this stuff. It is crazy that an individual will not hold a conversation with you or will not stop muting you without saying things you didn't say during the mute and then telling you if you say anything different, they'll mute you again. The white boy literally asked, he said, why do you keep doing this to me? You won't even let me answer. The man apologized for what? Here's what he apologized for. He said, I didn't understand that you see that as that's what I was doing, but it isn't.
Oh. And you believe that, Tommy? How come you believe him but not me?
Sir, I would believe both of you if you tried to talk to each other.
I didn't say what you would. I'm saying why didn't.
What did I say? I didn't believe what you said. Name the thing I said. I didn't believe what you said.
Well, the fact that you're pushing back on the way we treated him and you're saying that the apology in which I asked for him was unwarranted.
I didn't say.
So you're saying that my apology that I asked for was warranted. So you're saying that the apology, no, ain't no hold on. You're saying that the apology that I asked for was warranted or not?
What you said.
No. I asked you a question, brother. Answer it.
No, it wasn't because you lied, just like you're doing to me.
You don't agree with both.
You're literally lying. That's not an agree. You're lying. I'm hearing it.
No, you're lying. And you're getting upset that I am exposing your lies. Let me tell you something, family. These individuals have a tactic of accusing their accuser. And this is exactly what he's doing. He's trying to say that I'm lying. In essence, it's because he doesn't want to go along with what I said. And in this whole story that he's saying, let me tell you who's on the outside. Me and the white guy both admitted that the white guy should have gave me an apology. Tommy is the only one who's saying that there should have been no apology. So damn, you're disagreeing with me and the suspected white supremacists. And notice again, Tommy always leans towards us. Notice that his aggression is more towards us. Notice that his vitriol is more towards us. He's doing all of this caping for the white supremacist society, but he hasn't gave us one legitimate reason why we should not have called that person a suspected white supremacist. And apparently even the suspected white supremacist felt that he was out of line and out of pocket. When it comes to us, y'all shouldn't have said it. I didn't hear it. It's wrong. When it comes to the supremacists, it's, well, you know, maybe he needs to just learn because he didn't understand. No, Tommy, you don't understand. You don't understand what it's like to have a backbone. You don't understand what it's like to actually stand on business. You don't understand what it's like to accept the truth, to acknowledge the truth, to identify with the truth. Everybody in here heard it. And the fact that he's trying to tell over 200 people that we did not hear these suspected white supremacist racial tropes to us as if we can't get it. That right there is another lie that Tommy's telling. So trying to project your lies onto me is not working. It will never work. And you have to do better. Tell me how I was so mean to you and I cut you off, but I'm not getting upset about it.
This man just said 8 things. Then he's impressed by over 200 with the 2,000 watching us over on this end. But that's okay.
Then answer. You keep giving all these
again, I asked you nicely, sir.
He said 52 and a half. Then go ahead and answer 52 and a half, Tommy. You're getting upset here, brother. You're getting so mad about the math. You're getting so upset and angry. He said 59 things. He said 52 and a third. Well, then you got 52 and a third reasons to give me an answer and you still haven't. If you focus more on what's being asked of you, opposed to deflections and projections, maybe you might be somewhere and maybe you wouldn't be getting embarrassed in this conversation by Black Alpha Network certified. So again, without projecting onto me and talking about me, I want you to answer the question on why you are defending suspected white supremacists and trying to dilute the fact that they've been using racial tropes against us for 5 hours and you are defending them. It's shameful that you are defending white supremacy this bad based on the fact of you don't want us coming after your mommy and daddy. That's really what it's about, brother. And I know how you feel about black women. So somebody who has all these qualms, quarrels, and quirks towards black women, and they're defending a white boy, isn't that enough for disqualification, family? I think so. And I'm talking to the thousands on my side. Go ahead. And don't talk about me, Tommy. Notice when I'm talking about you, I'm speaking on things that are factual. When you're talking about me, you just projected. So without the projection, without the deflection, without the lying, without the twisting and turning, again, since you like math and numbers, for the 100th time, why you got so much affection for white supremacy, and why are you so angry at us for running some white supremacists out of the room? Because you're clearly more upset with black self-defense than you are with white supremacist aggression. There you go.
He says,
yes, he said that you have an affection for white supremacy. Yes, I did. Yes, he said that you are being spineless. Yes, he said that you are being shameful. Yes, I said it. Damn right I said it. Whatever they said, I said it. And I still need you to answer the questions that have been asked instead of tap dancing. I'll buy you some new tap dance shoes later on, but I need you to go ahead and answer why, when it comes to white supremacy, you are defending a white boy who didn't even defend himself. He defending the white boy more than the white boy. And yet you get mad at black Americans.
And then I say 3 words.
He said, yep, 3 words. Okay. Well, that's what happens when you the host. Remember, you came on my stage.
All right, and I don't know.
You know, then quit complaining about it. People in hell want ice water. You're going to live and learn, okay? So again, don't come in this house, this certified house, and then get mad when we tell you to take your shoes off at the door. So quit complaining about me and answer the question, and you will not be asked the question again. Because if you deny answering this question, then I'm going to take that as confirmation that you love white people. So go ahead, Tommy. I need to know.
He's talking, I'm making money. Whatever he says, I'm agreeing with it.
There you go, family. He can't answer it. So, family, Tommy just admitted that he is making money loving white people. So you see why he came into this space upset. You see why he's been running interference. You see why he's scared to answer simple questions. We have it identified as if we didn't already, because people seeing you coming from a mile away, Tommy. So make your money tap dancing. All right. All $2.52. And we're going to be out here riling up and being certified and understanding that when it comes down to white supremacy, you're going to have those who are certified and those who are counterfeit. You are on the counterfeit side. You're going to have those who love being black. Then you're going to have those who hate being black. You're going to have those who love white supremacy more than white supremacy loves itself. In other words, you're going to have Black Alpha, and then you're going to have Tommy. And Tommy's on the tap dancing side. Church, rock.
Yes, sir. My whole thing is this, Alpha. Why the hell can't any of these people answer the direct questions that you ask them when they come into this space? This is the problem that I have. Every time I turn around, one of these tap dancing, slide across the floor ass, shuck and jive ass dudes want to sit here and talk this nonsense, but yet they can't even answer the simplistic question that was asked of them. Everything has to become everything else other than the question that was posed to them at the time of them being here. And this is the problem. We have people like Tommy who we know through his own interactions with black people is anti-black. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. Tariq shows you love. He says, I feel like Tommy, he's a grifter. He's just trying to get that white money. You dig me? I feel like your coattails are getting pulled back by your handler. You might have left a comment and then went to go watch a basketball game, but your handler was in here listening to everything that we was saying. So that means that you had someone who must have been listening for up to 5 hours. Tommy, I just asked, why in the hell can't you answer a simplistic question when it comes down to how you treat these napkin folks that you bend over to kiss their ass with?
Tommy in the chat said these lame. That's what you said, Tommy. So you have been. And I know you don't like complete sentences, so you want it very quick. Tommy, why do you love white people more than you love yourself?
I love white people more than I love y'all.
Oh, so there you go, fam. So Tommy calls us the same way the white supremacists called us. Y'all see right there exactly the type of time that Tommy on, and we already knew that. So this is stamped, signed, sealed, and delivered. You dealing with a COON, and that ain't no friend. This is one of them, I'm not going to admit what I just said. This is one of them, I'm not one of those folks. See, he lives in a world where he going to and not get called out on it. When he get called out on it, he going to cry. Okay, you going to cry in the car. But either way, you still are cooning. When you say that you love these folks more than you love yourself, and y'all, notice y'all is speaking from a distance. So he's letting it be known, if it comes down to Chad, to Brad, to Karen, to Ken, he going with them 7 days a week and twice on Sundays. That right there is exactly what you expected from somebody like him. So all of the crying and all of the complaining, all the whining, all the projections and deflections, all of those have been disqualified, erased, deleted, and canceled. What this is really about is Tommy loves white people, because Tommy is a non-foundational Black American. So this is typical with the tether-isms and the tether energy. And instead of answering the question for the last 20 minutes, he said, well, you said this, that, the other thing. The deflection games haven't worked. So we just got to the brass tacks. The brass tacks is that when you see a point them out, and Tommy, everybody is pointing at your ass right now, and they're going to point at you off the stage because your ass is a body chair. Take all the with you, bruh. Checkmate. There you go, family. Let's open this back up to the real ones. That is what you deal with when you're dealing with a COON. This is what happens when you're dealing with a tap dancer. This is what happens when you're dealing with a smut. They're going to smut it up for the rest of their life, and then they're going to go off into Zaddy heaven. That's where he's trying to go. He's trying to audition for Zaddy heaven. So perhaps he can get him a Ken, because y'all know he don't want a Karen. He can get him a nice little Ken, and they can go away on a little Mayo vacation. We know what it is. We know what time it is. And what he don't understand is that we have a PhD in regulating people who are off code, regulating off-branded folks. And that's all we do is put that on display. If you want to see somebody who ran from every single question, that was Tommy. You want to see somebody who was hiding, ducking, and dodging, that was Tommy. You want to see somebody who couldn't get a woman to save his life, that is Tommy. And if you want to see some people who are certified and don't take no that is us, certified foundational Black Americans, and all we do is win and add another one to that list. Check motherfucking mate. Let's keep the hands flowing and going, y'all. I love doing this G-checking with everybody. That's another one down. Plantations don't just burn down. Tommy gets to jumping fences and running. There you go. There it is. That's how we operate. Let's go. Hey, what they say when you can't stand the heat, what you supposed to do?
Get the hell out the kitchen.
Get out the kitchen.
There they go. And y'all know Tommy gonna be in the kitchen forever because he got to get the milk and honey ready for Zaddy. That's what we doing, y'all. He know what it is. They know what it is. Everyone knows what it is. Today, we have roasted every single op who's came up on this stage. I told everybody it was Black Americans versus Mayos and Tethers. I should have added those too, but Tommy, I didn't know he was coming. You didn't even get the invite, but that's all right. This is what it is, fam. He won Zad, he won Chad, and he won Brad, but he down bad. And we gonna continue to regulate and we gonna continue to stand on business, certified business, because that's all we know. Family, let me ask you a question. What do you call a black man who's always saying, y'all being mean to me?
A coward.
What do you call a black man who's always pointing the finger at another black person?
A coward.
What do you call a black man who has problems with a black mama but love a white daddy?
Tammy.
A punk and a coward.
Easy work, easy work, easy work. My sister, Angelic, it's all on you, beloved.
So hi, I just wanted to say this about, I noticed that Tommy, he's just like Amru. The reason why they don't like black women is because we're the wrong gender. That's all that is. And the thing about him too is that he should have led with that thing. He should have led with that when he came in, like when how he ended it, like I like them more than I like you. He should have led with that because that's all he really wanted to say in the first place. That's really all he wanted to tell us. And the fact that he came in here trying to defend the white boy that came in here, just lead with that because that's what you wanted to say in the first place. Don't be sitting up here trying to chastise us. Don't try to chastise the host of the space and the whole. Don't do that. Just come and say, I like them more than I like you. Now I'm done. Thank you very much for letting me come up and speak and leave it at there. So I'll leave it there. Thank you for letting me come up again.
Absolutely, sister. That's a damn good point. Y'all notice that these folks want to be and not get caught. That's really what they want to do. They want to figure out the most complex way they can and not be called one. That's really what it is. Notice when Tommy came up in here and he started trying to defend the dominant society, I stopped and freeze and said, why do you got so much affection for the dominant society? Then he tried to run us all in circles and come back around. I told him, you go ahead and run, and I'm going to be right here waiting on your ass when you get back. Okay, the game of the trickery ain't going to work on me, partner. Too certified for that. Then he started talking about what he had for lunch. Then I checked him on that, and then he started going on the whole thing of, why you got to bring this up and cut me off and blaming things. I said, bring it back. Why do you love white people? Then he went on a third tangent. Every single thing that he was doing, I was stopping and freezing it because I already know and identified the tactics in which they use. You've seen one, you've seen them all. I knew he was going to come in here and he was going to deflect. I knew he was going to start pouting, get upset, get angry, cry, deflect, project onto us. But all of that got rejected and sent on back. And then we asked the question again, why do you love white people? I know he was trying to get me to stop asking the question. See, that's what it was really about. He wanted me to stop asking him that question because, then he'd have to answer it. They always hide how they really feel. And we know Tommy loves supremacy. He just told us. He told us that he has a crush on Zaddy. He said that he loves white mommy. The guy who came in here that he was defending, that was a 20-year-old. This man out here crashing out for a 20-year-old white boy. You done seen it all in your life, fam. So remember today, family, lesson for the people, word to the wise. When you got the right exposing and you got the right energy, you got the right intelligence, you can have these people admitting the things that they thought they would never admit. You can have these people confessing the things they thought they never confessed. You can have Tommy out here right now getting checked in front of everybody live and in living color. And we expose everything they do. They're going to have to step the game all the way up. And that ain't even enough. See, when foundational black Americans get on that certified foundational black American energy, it doesn't matter what any hater got to say, because we running all the sinners right on up out the juke joint. And apparently, no matter what we do and no matter what we say, they going to crash out anyway. And we just going to sit back and watch them all go up in flames. Shout out to the plantations out there. Y'all stay good. FBA1, go ahead. It's all on you.
It's crazy in here, but I love it. I just was trying to figure out, did nobody decipher? He really is using Mayo people's tactics. He dipped, dodged, and tried his best, but he never confronted the question. And I was just wondering, why are you dodging the question? I never figured that out. I listened to all he said, and not one time did he answer the question. But every single time, it was always some Mayo babble about this, that, and the third. That's all. I land there.
This man DMing me right now. You said I ran, but y'all kicked me off. We just kicked you off after you was already running. There you go. Bring all of that smoke, because if you want reparations, them tangibles and them benefits, you don't get it by doing back and forth tit for tat. You get it by doing exactly what I just did to Tommy, roasting their ass. and checking them. And he got checked, they got wrecked, and foundational Black Americans gonna get that check. That's the only way. So when we out here standing on certified lineage business, fam, just know we gonna continue to put in that work. And also know this as well, Tommy, because I know you're listening. If cool was a job, your ass always be at work. You wouldn't even get a holiday off. But now you done got ran off the space, the certified way.
Everybody knows that all the people don't have liberties, all the people don't have freedom, all the people don't have justice, and all the people don't have power, so that means none of us do.